I woke up to the sudden sound of screams outside. I walked to the balcony and looked down. People were fleeing in panic. My girlfriend was among them. I tried to call her name, but she and another person suddenly lunged at an old man and began tearing at him. My mind went blank, and I immediately ran back inside. Suddenly, my neighbor burst in. He said his roommate had gone mad and begged me to take him in. Before I could react, the roommate staggered into the bathroom. There was a wound on the back of his neck. Realizing something was terribly wrong, I grabbed a sharp knife. Breaking news interrupted the TV broadcast. The entire city was under zombie virus attack. Anyone bitten or scratched would be infected. Just then, the neighbor emerged. Seeing the news on screen, he insisted he was fine, but his eyes had already turned red. I raised the knife and ordered him out. The neighbor reluctantly left the house. I hurriedly locked the door. The next second, screams echoed outside. Through the peephole, I saw him being torn apart by zombies. I covered my mouth and collapsed to the floor. The shock lasted all night. Only alcohol could numb me. A text from my father broke me. Their situation was equally desperate. I dialed repeatedly, no answer. Now I was utterly alone. I barricaded the door with the refrigerator and dragged the bed into the living room. This allowed constant surveillance of the entrance. I sealed all windows tightly to avoid detection. That night, strange noises came from the bathroom. My instincts told me something was amiss. Gripping my baseball bat, I crept closer. Suddenly, a zombie plummeted through the ventilation shaft. Panicked, I hid in the shadows. It limped into the living room. My heart pounded like thunder. Fortunately, it didn't spot me immediately. I seized the moment and swung the bat from behind. This was my first kill. My whole body trembled. Afterward, I dragged the corpse to the balcony and tossed it down. I blocked the vent with a surfboard, but zombies weren't the only threat. Days later, the water supply cut off and food reserves dwindled. I was barely holding on. One day my phone finally lit up. It was a message from my parents. It said they had passed away. My world collapsed. I lost all will to survive. I tore the covering from the window and looped the rope around my neck. Just as I was about to kick the chair away, something outside the window suddenly caught my attention.